Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Mac Life Podcast, number one pimp podcast here in the world, back for episode number 27 today. We have a lot to go over today. Some very, very exciting topics as well. I know I've been mentioning them a lot in the last few podcasts, but if you're new here, okay, I essentially run over everything to do with online businesses, and in particular, this can be applied to every online business, but the content that I put out in particular is to how to grow an OnlyFans agency, or if you're a lady yourself, how to grow your OnlyFans account and make a shit ton of money from home. Online pimping. We are in the online pimping business. That's what we're doing here. Now, some exciting news. Thank you for everyone tuning in here on YouTube, and I appreciate all your support thus far. We have been monetized, baby. We become monetized on YouTube around 4 days ago. I got the thumbs up from YouTube to say you have met the requirements for the partner program. If you don't know what that is, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours worth of watch time. Coincidentally, around the same time, my Google Ads account got banned, so unlucky there, but now we're making money from YouTube. I put in the application same day, and it has been approved, and I've already made around $1.72 today, apparently. Now, people will laugh like, $1.72, da-da-da. This is the very beginning of this journey, and it's just exciting. As I said, the money doesn't really affect me, but it's exciting to know that the effort that I've been putting out creating these videos is starting to return as well. And on top of that, there's plenty of other ways you can monetize YouTube with links in the description that point off to different areas and, you know, building relationships with people through the information that you put out who then go on to purchase your services, whatever else you offer. However, for me, it's really just something that I enjoy. I'd be more than happy to do this podcast for the rest of my life, put it out every single day and collab with other people as well. It's really almost meditational as well. I get to remind myself what I'm working on and debrief. Now, it's funny. On Instagram, a lot of people have been messaging me and they're like, bro, you're back in your office from the holiday period. Your house looks so empty. There's nothing in it. And people must forget. Although I like expensive shit and own expensive shit, I am a minimalist, okay? I have essentially nothing because what you own owns you. And that's a very cool quote to live by. You know, say you have 5 cars, for example. You're constantly having to put in the time to take them in and out of the shop, make sure their rego papers are done, make sure the insurance is done. If one has an issue, that has to go get repaired. You know, where are you going to store them? What about one when it rains? What if it hails? Where's that going to go? It is a constant nightmare when you own a shit ton of things, okay? And that's just, for example, if you have a car collection, okay? When you have a shit ton of things as well as cars and this and that and all these extra things, it really takes time. And there was a dude who messaged me on Instagram. He's just a young kid today, but he's like, it doesn't make sense. And he's like, so if I had a cow would own me. I'm like, yes. You have to fucking feed the cow, okay? You have to make sure that it's fed or that it has a paddock where it can feed. You have to constantly make sure that, you have enough space for it. If it gets sick, you're going to have to decide what to do with it, let it die or da-da-da-da-da. You have to make sure that there's water available for it. If it gets pregnant, you have to make sure that who's going to do the babies. It's just a never-ending amount of things, okay, that can happen. And the more things that you own, the more things that you have, the more responsibility that you take on and the more attention and time that's taken away. And not just in the physical time, okay, but in the thought process time. Where am I going to buy this cow from? How much should I pay for it? Is that the right price in the market? How old is this cow? Why do I want to buy a cow? It takes a massive amount of fucking time and attention away from your true purpose. Now, if you don't know what your true purpose is, the majority of people, that's why they own a heap of shit. Because they don't know what their purpose is. They don't know what their mission is, their goals, their plan, and they're kind of scattered everywhere. For me, I could say I'm very blessed, but I've spent a lot of time meditating. I know exactly what I'm aiming for. I know exactly what I want. And so adding in all these extra external things doesn't really complement me in any way. It just deteriorates from getting towards my goal. And that's why if you watch my shit and you're like, oh, he's lucky, he's always succeeding, da-da-da-da. No, I just have a very clear goal and there's no other distractions that get in the way. So from the outside, it looks like it's very easy to achieve, but all my thought process and all my work effort is going towards that. Now, this isn't just a fucking podcast for me to tell you why I'm fucking better than you. We're not here for that. We're here for a lot of other shit today. As I said, we've got monetized on YouTube. We are like 13 days into the month, I believe. And it looks like I'm already up 30K for this month. 10K package with Emma. A small little consulting deal that I did to help out a friend, 5K there, and then a day tomorrow for a full-on package with someone who I've decided to help out. It's just a one-day thing, and the consulting package is around 10,000 US, so 14,000 AUD. So for the month, we're already up, and this is excluding all the OnlyFans girls' money. We're already up around 30K. So there might be some incurred expenses in there as well that I haven't really looked at. Some little ad spend here and there and stuff, but nothing too major. We're already up 30K, and that's not even from the main mission. And then I have all my other company shit running in the background. So the reason I tell you that is people constantly want a numbers update, and they want to know, like, how are you making your money? How you do this? Okay, I've sold some packages this month, some consulting, the OnlyFans girls money. I have a course which has generated, I think, maybe 600, 700, 800, 7 or 8 sales. No, that's just this week. We're on to week 213. So it's probably done, 1,000, 1,500, something around that mark as well. So multiple streams of income, but it's really, my attention is just focused on this one area. And it's good because as I build this up into turning and making the returns I want, I have constant other income streams coming in. Now we have YouTube as well. So life is fun. Life is fun. So there's a numbers breakdown, 30. Now with my girls, okay, as I said, I was actually overpopulating the amount of girls that I could take on board from my original goal of having 10 high quality girls. And for some weird reason, I deviated to having more girls on board. But the girls I were bringing on was more of a, look, I'll help you build your account quickly because you're willing to work, you're willing to da-da-da-da-da. But just with the amount of extra stress from bringing on these girls, and not like I'm stressed out, but the amount of workload trying to direct my effort and attention and energy, and then having girls drop off that were just producing absolutely nothing that I had on almost as a favor, just a massive fucking waste of time. I have realized, and today is a big day, I have cut pretty much the majority of my roster, besides the big ticket clients that I don't even count as my roster. They're separate, okay? They're girls that work for, they pay us 20K a month, ETC, for marketing packages, who I want to get onto a 50-50, who I will swindle away to do that. But essentially, the normal roster of girls that I have is being cut back to around 5 girls today. So I'm cutting back to around 4 to 5 girls, just high quality girls. And all the new girls that I take on in the future, I know I told you that it's great to bring on girls from other countries, but there is a problem with the banking side of things. You cannot deposit directly to your bank from their accounts from other countries. You either have to send it to them and then take from them, which is never what you want to do, or you can send out with Cosmo or Skrill or these other things and then divide from there, which is more of a nightmare for accounting purposes. It's fine if you have an accountant and a bookkeeper, but still, it's just extra shit. Just nearly fucking died. Isn't that weird how you can be talking and just choke on air? Like it's a thing we live on. And my body just decides it's time to choke on some air. These Invisalign definitely cause a lot of it. I have a lisp now when I take them out. If you want to know our progress, okay, go back and watch my videos from last year. My teeth were horrendous. They're still not fantastic by any means, but they are certainly a lot better now. They're a lot straighter. This is the end of week 9. Wednesday I have tomorrow, and then I change them over Friday, and then we're on to week 10 of 52 weeks. I don't really need 52 weeks. I only need them straight enough to be veneered. Essentially, the whole goal, if you want to know a little process about Invisalign as well, they straighten out all your teeth they're like invisible braces that get tighter and tighter, and each week they mold and move your teeth. And you can get your teeth perfect with them. But I just wanted veneers because it's going to change the shape. It's going to make them 100% bleach bright white, which is how I've always envisioned my teeth. Okay, and if I was to do that before Invisalign, a lot of the tooth enamel would have to be shaved off because they couldn't veneer it. They actually have to put a cap, which goes over the whole tooth. And that has long-term effects of root canal and all this other shit. So essentially, we've gone with the Invisalign first, get them as straight as possible. I don't need them absolutely perfect. I just need them straight enough to veneer because then they'll be completely straight and white anyway. So Invisalign update in this video. That's been added in. That wasn't even on the list. But as I was saying, I'm cleaning out the girls. Essentially, all the new girls that I'll be bringing on are going to be only from Australia. And I'll essentially capture the largest market girls here. They must do a minimum of at least, 10 to 15,000 USD in turnover a month for me to consider the 50-50 partnership. And this is the thing, I can run ads each day and look for these higher quality girls. And even though I'm in a rush to move the business forward, I don't have to be in a rush personally because I'm not stressed for money. I make a fuck ton of money in all different directions. So I can essentially grow this business correctly. Now, it's very important. We had a slip up with one of my new employees. Really, essentially, I feel I explained it well enough, but obviously I didn't. I needed to re-go through and clarify. she was trying to double charge content in conversations, being lazy. So going through and a little bit of laziness using the exact same piece of content for all the messages, trying to get the dudes to buy, which shows that she wasn't checking. And pretty much previously, okay, and this is in one girl's account, I still have to check the others, she was trying to sell the same piece of content to guys who already paid for the content. That is a big no-no. That is how you have unhappy fans. Had a quick word with her. It was easy to rectify. The messages were unsent. Sorry, I attached the wrong message. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, and now I've made it very clear. But this is where a lot of people go wrong. They don't take personal accountability. If she makes a mistake, it's not her fault. It's my fault for not explaining better and not training better. So there is extra time now that's going to be spent today making sure that she 100% understands what to do and what not to do and where she went wrong and how we're not going to do it again. Okay? Personal accountability. That's how you move forward in business. Essentially though, now I've cut back the roster. I want to get to 10 girls of doing over 10K a month, and then I will expand from there to 10 girls doing to 20 girls doing over 10K a month. Yeah, I had this topic written down for yesterday, except yesterday I decided to go swimming at a friend's house and we just chilled out all day, enjoyed the day. Benefits of running your own company, I guess. So I was waiting on the ad review, and that was the process we were at. We were waiting on the ad review to target girls here in Australia. However, it got approved late yesterday afternoon. I've already had, in the 25 ad spend, I believe I had 4 messages yesterday, so around $6 a message, $6.25 a message. Today, I've had 2 messages in $10 ad spend, so around $5. And those girls have 200, 300 subscribers already based here in Australia. They're already earning up towards that 10K a month margin. So perfect. Now, and one of them's already keen to come on board. What else do we have here? We have some absolute bangers. I really want to talk about this for your mindset. And this applies for men and women. If you want to be able to think clearer, if you want to be able to essentially remove your emotion from business decisions, I recommend playing chess. I play chess competitively every single night, okay? You can just go on chess.com. There's 100 websites. Just play chess online. Put yourself 1-to-1. Even if you play 1 to 2 games, it forces you to think moves ahead, and it forces you to look at not just where you're attacking or where your life goals are going, but where incoming threats are coming from, where you're making mistakes, where you're slipping, where needs to be defended, where needs to be reinforced, how to trick others. That sounds bad. How to manipulate, how to do these certain things, okay? But essentially how to, I don't even like the word how to trick others, more so how to control the pace or control the environment, okay? You know, for example, if you learn that, okay, if I put them in check here, it's going to force them to move here. The king has to move here. Nothing can block it. And then from there, you know, now that I've put them in check, they have to move. It opens up an attack on their rook, okay? I highly recommend playing chess. I've played chess ever since I was young. I used to win trophies as a kid, and it is a very good skill to sharpen the mind. I highly recommend that you add it into your daily routine, even 1 to 2 games. And you will notice a very quick improvement. I stopped playing for quite a while. I've restarted again, putting in a lot of time, a lot of effort into it. And you just notice how much quicker you improve. And that has definitely translated over to clearer thinking, less emotional thinking, more just very ready and making the correct decisions. Now, on top of that, emotional regulation is so important. I highly recommend that you listen to the book, The Science of Getting Rich. Read the book, The Law of Attraction, and reality transurfing a little bit. I enjoyed it. It got a little bit choppy in there and a little bit hard to understand some bits. It was very almost overcomplicated, which I didn't like. However, all these books have the same common theme, which is the law of attraction. If you don't know what the law of attraction is, you 100% need to be in that mindset if you want to succeed. You need to know about it. It needs to become your everything if you want to succeed. I'm not going to explain exactly what it is to you here on today's podcast, but essentially, when you think positive, positive shit happens. And the easiest way to think positive is to not think negative. That is my way of doing it. Rather than constantly being like, oh, think about something positive, I make sure that I punish myself if anything negative comes in. So how do I punish myself? Well, I wear like a ring, for example, okay? Just something that I can use to bring forefront. I can bring an issue to the forefront of my mind or to the forefront of my consciousness. So if I have any negative thought, I instantly take the ring off. I say, hey, that's not acceptable. I'll pinch myself or I'll do something like that. Something I inflict physical pain. That might sound weird, but it's just classical conditioning, okay? And it associates, okay, negative thinking with physical pain. I don't want that. Okay, I do that. Ah, fuck. I put the ring on the other finger, and then I reverse the situation in my mind to come from a position of gratitude, because you can't have two thoughts at the same time. So say, for example, you know, let's take OnlyFans, for example. The situation that happened the other day. I didn't change the Gmail of the girl, okay, who come on board. We pumped some money into paid promo, and then she decided after the fact that she'd gotten a substantial amount of new subscribers, as well as us handle the messages for a few days, that she just wanted to change her password and pretty much flake out on us. So if I thought about that negatively in a negative light, I'm going to take off this ring. I'm going to go, don't you think about that negative? And then I'm going to say, I'm very grateful, I'm very thankful that I learned that the emails all need to be controlled right from the get-go, okay? Even if it's something like that. Or I learned, that a percentage of people are going to do this, so I need to compensate for that with my numbers. And then I say, and I'm very thankful that all the people that I have now, okay, won't be able to do that and will be able to focus on making serious money. Very easy to switch the situation. Very, very easy. And if you can't find something to be grateful for in your own life right now, that's pretty fucked up. You need to get off these videos, stop trying to make money altogether, and go work on your mindset. There are people that are born without hands. There are people that are born with brain cancer. There are people who have lost their families today. There are people who have been in car accidents. There are people who have $0 to their name, absolutely $0 to their name. No house, no anything, no food. They're starving. Then there are people overseas that amplify that, of having all that, plus having AIDS, plus there is always someone worse off. And usually the only time that you're unhappy is because you think you're not where you're supposed to be. And if you think you're not where you're supposed to be, it's usually a comparison thing. You're comparing with someone else's life trajectory. And you're saying, well, they're younger than me, and they've got more than me, or they've got this, or they were born with this, or they have these genetics and I don't. And it's usually just a comparison thing, okay? And it serves no purpose. So why do you do it? If it serves no purpose, why do you do it? Comparing and wasting this time, it's not going to actually add any benefit. It's not going to motivate you to go out and do more. You're usually just going to sit around and fucking sulk. So you need to remove that by being grateful. You can't feel that and gratitude at the same time. So that's the quickest route to success. I swear to fuck. Law of attraction is the quickest route. Now, this is something I get a lot on Instagram. Horrible Instagram pictures. And this is for if you're watching this, you're watching my content, and you reach out to me on Instagram with your horrible pictures, please stop. I get people that call themselves like the king of sales, the king of closing, the king of da-da, and they reach out, hey, Mackenzie, long time no chat, my good friend. How's it been? Bro, we've spoken twice and you've pitched me to buy something or have you come on board. And you just know the pitch is coming. Good, brother, how you been? Da, 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 da. Within the space of 3 seconds, I have this incredible opportunity for you. No, you don't. You didn't. We aren't good friends. We didn't have this connection. You just wanted to try and sell me something. There was no genuine connection. And I get it. People have to hustle. People have to make money. But it's really the quickest way to kill off 99% of people is to do that. If you can, I recommend if you already can support your lifestyle with what you're doing outside of your business, okay, just foster relationships. Grow relationships to the point where people ask you. Okay, the majority of the people, like all my clients, for example, for this month, Emma brought me the 10K package. I didn't need to ask, it come to me. The 5K consulting package, I didn't need to ask, it come to me. And I'm giving way more value out than what's coming in. So it's a never-ending cycle. The $14,000 package for tomorrow, I didn't need to ask, it come to me. It's very, very important. And when you start putting out value, remember I've talked about this in 100 values. When you give out value, you become a person of value, and people of value are rewarded for that. I mention this all the time. And that's something that I want to stick to is that, I live by these exact same credos, so that's why I keep getting these same results. A lot of people live by the credo, and I push this out. They opportunity switch, they niche swap, they niche jump. A lot of people have been messaging me going, hey bro, I need help with my business, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, perfect, how's it going, da-da-da-da-da. It hasn't even been it's like 12 days or something now, is it, into the month? Today's day 12? It hasn't even been 12 days into the year and people are messaging me, hey bro, I've decided I'm going to work on this. Bro, what happened to your business? It's been less than 12 days and you're trying to become successful. You're thinking that it's not the niche, or it's not that, or it's not the market, or it's not that. It's you. You're the problem. You're less than 12 days in and you're niche jumping. consistency always wins. Consistency will always win, okay? So sure, some people get lucky. Some people are born with talent. Some people jump on NFTs and become wealthy overnight. Consistency always wins in the long term. Trust me, consistency, it always wins. Be consistent. Not only be consistent, stop pitching horrible IG pictures if that is you. Please, for the love of fuck. And you don't really see that over Facebook. It's more of an IG thing. And I wouldn't know now. Since I've removed everything and used this feed eradicator, I'm just 1,000% more productive. I'm getting a lot more done. It's actually funny. I was talking about horrible IG pictures. That led into consistency over time. And that's actually on my notes for what to talk about next. And that just come into my mind. So just fucking jumping everywhere. That's what people are doing. Now, when it comes to OnlyFans, okay, everyone that tunes into these podcasts, you want the newest strategy or the newest thing each time. And I get that, and that's what you're here for. But really, it's pretty much the exact same thing. You need to be putting in the work. Sure, I'll come up with new things here and there. The valuable information that you can get is from today's podcast is that it's a lot easier to target girls in your home country, have them set up their account and their bank, and then just switch it because you don't need the same bank account name. This is where a lot of people make mistakes. You can switch the bank account numbers and the bank doesn't actually need your name. So it doesn't need the MacLife from my company account, okay, to send the money there. It only needs the account number and it only needs the BSB and the SWIFT code. It doesn't need, my actual name. So you can keep the girl's account name. You don't have to change all that. But you can only do that if girls are within the same country. So there's something that I've learned and that's something that I'm more working towards now and a change. So really, if you watch the podcast specifically for the OnlyFans content, there is a big golden nugget for you for the day. Really though, the strategies don't have to change each day. You should be working on building your Instagram page up, okay, as a management company, making sure that you're consistently posting each day, making sure that you're consistently following people each day and the correct people. I talk about that in the course. I'm not trying to sell you anything. You'll know if you've seen the course who are the correct people to follow. You need to make sure that you're consistently getting your ads out or cold outreaching to girls, consistently following up, consistently sending the contracts, consistently making sure that you're bringing on the right people, consistently checking in with your team to make sure that they're doing the correct things, consistently making sure that the feed posts are going up, that the messages are being sent as they should, and consistently tracking the data so you know that you have a profit being turned over. Consistency, consistency, consistency. That's today. The C's. All about the C's. And that's pretty much all I have, I've put out the podcast again today. You could say I wasn't being consistent. I didn't put one out yesterday. But my goal is essentially when I looked at it for this year, I said I want to put out a podcast every day for this year. Okay. And I understand that things are going to get in the way certain times and things are going to happen. So it's not going to be an every single day thing. And in fact, it doesn't have to be a priority to be an every single day thing. But at the end of the year, I want to look and be able to say I got at least 300 out of 365 podcasts up. If I get 300 out of 365, I'm happy with that. And people say, you need to push yourself to be 100% every day. It's a lot easier and a lot less stressful to understand that the human psyche doesn't operate that way. We are going to make mistakes. We're going to slip up. So I set my expectations, okay, that are achievable, and then I just work towards that consistently. Today was a lot about mindset, really, more than OnlyFans, but golden nugget, focus on girls in your country. If you are starting off and you have no roster, sure, start with girls from other countries, the cheaper countries, Colombia, etc., and then etc. is not a country, by the way. It means etc., etc. Get a roster, get content, use Skrill, use Cosmo, use those payments. It's a little bit more choppy, and then you can filter out and get better quality girls later on. Appreciate you all for watching. Thanks for joining in here on the Mac Show again. Make sure you hit subscribe, episode number 27. 27? Yeah, I think we're at 27. And you've actually made me some AdSense money today for tuning in as well. Yesterday, it was funny. It made me, I think, it was like 68 cents or something for yesterday's podcast in the day. So thank you all for watching. Thanks for the 68 cents. If you're here as a viewer, I enjoy it. And I'll see you all for tomorrow's podcast. Baka.